I just left the courtroom for the bond hearing for my son.
Fact of the matter is, his trial team has won a number of points in this case.
We want to begin now with some breaking news. Rapper Lil Durk is...
You ever seen an artist find out about his own release date the same way fans did? Yeah. Let that sink in, because what just happened with Lil Durk?
The PC. Hey. Hey, I respect your mom forever. The PC.
You know, a lot of them niggas be going straight to PC.
This ain't rollout strategy. This is something way deeper when fans are starting to catch on. So boom, late night, everything normal, right? Timeline quiet, no major announcements, nothing crazy going on. Then out of nowhere, a release date starts trending. Not rumored, not maybe, a full date tied to Durk's name. And instantly, the internet splits in two. Half the fans like, let's go, it's finally happening. The other half, hold up, so why this feel off? Because here's the thing, there was no build-up, no teaser, no countdown, no Durk post. And if you know Durk, you know he don't move like that. Then things take a turn, Durk goes live. No music, no hype, no smile, just him, staring at the screen, reading comments like he's trying to figure something out in real time. Fans are spamming the chat. Is the date real? Why you ain't announce it? Bro, what's going on? And then he finally speaks. Y'all be believing anything. But he didn't laugh, he didn't clarify, he didn't deny it either. And that right there, that's when fans knew something wasn't right. Because when an artist looks confused about his own drop, that's not promo, that's pressure. And from what insiders are starting to whisper, this might not even be Durk's decision. Fans are shocked, emotions are already running high. And now the question everybody's asking is simple. If Durk didn't drop that date, then who did? The moment that clip hit the internet, everything shifted. Within minutes, fans were screen recording Lil Durk's live, reposting it, slowing it down, analyzing every second like it was evidence in a case. You could feel the tension through the screen. No music in the background, no laughter, no usual energy, and just Durk sitting there, reading comments like something didn't add up. And the craziest part, he wasn't even rushing to clear anything up. That silence? Yes. It spoke louder than anything he could have said. Fans are shocked, and the internet is already split into two sides. Those who think it's all part of a genius rollout, and those who believe something is seriously wrong behind the scenes. Now, here's where things start getting messy, because while fans were trying to figure out what Durk meant, a few industry insiders quietly started speaking up. Not publicly. Nah, this was behind closed doors. Private messages, whispers that somehow always find their way online. One source close to the situation said, this wasn't supposed to happen like this. Another one added, there's been tension for days. People just didn't notice. And suddenly, what looked like a random release date started to feel like the result of something bigger, something that had been building up quietly. Apparently, Durk had been working on this project in a very controlled way. He wanted everything to be perfect. Timing, visuals, message, all of it. This wasn't just another drop for him. This was personal. People close to him say he's been more focused than ever, locking in, staying away from distractions, making sure every detail hits the way it's supposed to. But while he was moving like that, the business side was moving differently. And that's where the conflict starts. One insider described a conversation that allegedly happened just days before all this. Durk, frustrated, telling his team, I'm not rushing this. It gotta feel right. And then someone from the business side responding, we don't have time to wait for feelings. We need numbers. Now think about that clash for a second. That's art versus pressure. That's vision versus deadlines. And when those two things collide in this industry, it never stays quiet for long. Back online, fans are digging deeper. Old interviews are resurfacing, clips of Durk talking about ownership, control, doing things his way, all of it suddenly hitting different. One fan tweeted, "He been warning us about this." Another said, "You can tell he ain't happy." And just like that, the narrative shifts again. Oh, this isn't just about a release date anymore. It's about who's really in control. Then something even more interesting happens. Someone from Durk's extended circle, not a big name, but close enough to know what's going on, drops a cryptic message. No name names, no direct explanation, just a post that reads, "Not everything you see is real timing. Sometimes it's forced." That line? Yeah, it spreads fast. Screenshots everywhere. Blogs picking it up. Fans connecting dots that may or may not even be there. Emotions are running high, and the speculation is getting louder by the minute. Meanwhile, Durk stays quiet after that live. No follow-up post, no clarification, nothing. And that silence, it starts making people uncomfortable. Because in a situation like this, silence can mean a lot of things. It can mean he's thinking. It can mean he's frustrated, or it can mean he's not allowed to say what's really going on, and that's the part that has fans really paying attention now. At the same time, people close to the industry are watching closely too. Other artists, producers, even managers, they're not saying much publicly, but behind the scenes, conversations are happening, because if what people are suggesting is true, this isn't just Durk's situation. This could be something that affects a lot of artists who are trying to balance their vision with the demands of the business. And then comes the biggest twist so far. A report starts circulating claiming that the release date might have been scheduled internally without Durk giving the final approval. Not confirmed, but not denied either. And in this industry, sometimes what's not denied says everything. Fans are shocked, emotions are running even higher, and now the questions are getting more serious. Because if an artist at Durk's level can have a date pushed without fully co-signing it, then what does that really say about control? And more importantly, what happens next if he decides to push back? The pressure didn't just stay online. It followed Durk into every room he walked into after that night. People started noticing subtle changes. Studio sessions got quieter, conversations got shorter. Even those closest to him could feel that something was weighing heavy on his mind. One producer who had recently worked with him reportedly said, "He's locked in, but it's different now. Like he's thinking about more than just music." And that right there tells you everything. This was no longer just about dropping an album. This was about control, respect, and who really gets the final say. Behind the scenes, tensions were rising fast. A private meeting allegedly took place between Durk and key people handling the business side. No cameras, no leaks, just a room full of serious faces and even more serious decisions. According to a source familiar with that meeting, voices were raised. At one point, Durk reportedly said, "Y'all moving like I don't got a say in my own work." And the response? Cold, calculated. This is bigger than one decision. This is about timing and market impact. That statement alone, it hit like a warning, because when business starts talking like that, it usually means something is already set in motion. Meanwhile, the internet wasn't slowing down. Fans were dissecting everything. Some were defending the label. Saying it's all strategy, that surprise drops are part of the game now. Others weren't buying it at all. That ain't strategy, that's control. One viral comment read, and just like that, the divide got even deeper. Fans are shocked, emotions are running high, and now it's not just curiosity, it's concern. Then things take another turn. Durk pulls up to a late night studio session with a few close collaborators. Normally, this is where he's at his best. Focused, creative, locked into the music. But this time, different energy. One person in the room later described it like this. He kept pacing, like something was bothering him. Every few minutes, he'd check his phone, shake his head, then try to get back into the music. At one point, he reportedly stopped mid-recording and said, "Man, how I'm supposed to feel this when everything around it feel forced." That line, it didn't just stay in the room, it found its way out. And once it did, fans held on to it. At the same time, someone from his inner circle tried to calm things down. Maybe it's already done. Maybe just run with it, they suggested. But Durk wasn't feeling that. "I don't run with nothing that don't sit right with me," he allegedly responded. And that moment right there, that's when people close to him realized this situation wasn't going to resolve quietly. Then comes another unexpected twist. A blog posts a confirmed rollout plan tied to that same release date. Tracklist hints, possible features, even visuals supposedly already scheduled. It looked official, too official, and fans immediately started asking the same question again. If all this is ready, why does Durk look like he's out of the loop? That question starts echoing louder, and then something subtle but powerful happens. A family member, someone who usually stays completely out of industry drama, posts a short message. Protect your peace no matter what. No names mentioned, no context given, but fans connect it instantly. Because at this point, everything feels connected. The silence, the tension, the reactions, all of it. The family was left divided in how to handle the situation. Some reportedly encouraged Durk to stay calm and let things play out. Others felt like he needed to stand firm no matter the consequences. And when family gets involved like that, you already know the emotions are running deeper than business. Back on social media, the conversation shifts again. But now people are asking if this could lead to something bigger. Delays, changes, or even a complete shift in how the project drops. Some fans are even speculating about possible contract issues, though nothing has been confirmed. But the fact that people are even thinking that way shows how serious this situation feels. And through all of this, Durk remains mostly silent. No long explanations, no detailed posts, just small reactions, brief moments, and that one lived that started everything. Because sometimes silence isn't weakness. Sometimes it's someone choosing their next move very carefully. And if there's one thing people are starting to realize, it's that whatever move comes next, it's going to change everything. The situation had reached a level nobody expected. And what started as a confusing release date had now turned into a full-blown industry conversation. Blogs were pushing updates every hour, fan pages were going live, breaking down theories, and even people who usually stay quiet were starting to hint that something serious was happening behind the scenes. Fans are shocked, emotions are running high, and the pressure on Durk was only getting heavier. Every move he made, or didn't make, was being watched. Then, out of nowhere, a short clip surfaces. Not a full interview, not a press statement, just a behind-the-scenes moment from a studio session that wasn't meant to go public. In the clip, Durk is sitting back, quiet, while someone in the room says, "It's already locked in, bro. Ain't nothing changing now." There's a pause. Durk looks up, shakes his head slightly, and responds, "Oi, we gon' see about that." That one line, yeah, it spread like wildfire, because now it didn't sound like confusion anymore. It sounded like resistance. At the same time, more details about that alleged release date begin to leak. Distribution schedules, playlist placements, even promotional slots already reserved. Everything looked like it was moving forward, with or without his full approval. And that's where the situation really started to feel intense. Because if everything is already set in motion, then stopping it isn't just a decision. It's a disruption. Behind closed doors, another meeting reportedly takes place. This one even more tense than the last. People close to the situation describe it as quiet but heavy, the kind of room where nobody is raising their voice, but every word carries weight. 1. Durk allegedly lays it out clearly this time. "If it dropped like this, it ain't coming from me the way it's supposed to." And the response from the other side, "Sometimes you gotta trust the process even when it's not your plan." That right there, that's not agreement, that's a standoff. Meanwhile, fans are picking sides harder than ever. Some are saying Durk should take control and delay everything if it doesn't feel right. Others are saying he should just drop and let the music speak. The divide is real, and it's growing. Comments are flooding in by the second, with people arguing, debating, and trying to piece together what's really happening. Because at this point, it doesn't feel like a rumor anymore. It feels like something real is unfolding. Then comes another twist that nobody saw coming. 1. A rumored collaborator and someone expected to be on the project suddenly removes all hints of the album from their social media. No explanation, no announcement, just gone. Fans immediately notice. Screenshots start circulating. And just like that, a new question enters the conversation. Is the project itself changing now? Inside Durk's circle, emotions are running high. One person reportedly says, "This is bigger than music now. It's about how he's being handled." Another adds, "You can only push somebody so far before they push back." And those words start to feel more real with every passing hour, because the energy around this situation isn't calming down, it's building. Even more interesting, a well-known industry figure subtly comments on the situation during a live stream saying, "Artists gotta protect their vision, no matter who's involved." No names mentioned, but everyone knew exactly what it was about. And when voices like that start speaking up, it adds even more weight to what's happening. Durk, however, finally makes a small move. Not a full explanation, not a detailed response, just a single post. No caption, no context, just a black screen with one line. "Everything ain't what it looked like." That's it. And somehow, that made things even more intense. Because now, it's clear. He sees what's happening. He's aware of everything being said. But he's still choosing his words carefully. Fans are shocked. Emotions are still running high, and the tension hasn't gone anywhere. If anything, it's only getting stronger. Because when someone finally starts hinting at the truth instead of staying completely silent, it usually means something bigger is about to happen, and now the entire industry is watching, waiting for one thing. Is Durk going to let this play out, or is he about to make a move nobody saw coming? The energy around this situation had completely shifted from confusion to confrontation. What used to feel like speculation now felt like something real unfolding in real time. Fans are shocked, emotions are running high, and even people who usually stay neutral were starting to take clear sides. The conversation was no longer, is the date real? Now it was, who's really in control? And that question was getting louder with every passing hour. Then something unexpected happened that changed the tone completely. A private audio clip allegedly from a call between two people connected to the business side began circulating quietly at first, then exploded across platforms. The audio wasn't perfectly clear, but one line stood out enough to shake everything. You don't have to like it, it's already in motion. That sentence alone sent fans into a frenzy, because if that clip was real, it confirmed everything people had been suspecting. This wasn't fully in Durk's hands anymore. Durk didn't respond immediately, but those close to him could tell something had shifted. One insider described it as the calm before something serious. He was still showing up, still recording, still handling business, but the energy around him was colder, more focused. No unnecessary conversations, no distractions, just quiet determination. And sometimes, that kind of silence means a decision has already been made. Later that night, Durk reportedly had another sit-down with key figures involved. This time, it wasn't just about the date, it was about respect. According to someone familiar with the conversation, Durk spoke clearly and directly. If my name on it, my voice gotta matter. Simple. There was no yelling, no emotional outburst, just a firm statement, and the response? More resistance than understanding. Everything is aligned already. Changing it now affects more than just you. That line didn't sit well with him at all. Meanwhile, outside of those rooms, the internet was reaching a boiling point. Fans were creating full timelines, connecting every moment from the live video to the leaks, to the cryptic posts. And then some were even comparing the situation to past industry conflicts, where artists felt boxed in by decisions they didn't fully control. And just like that, the conversation got even deeper. This wasn't just about Durk anymore. It became about artists versus the system. Then comes one of the biggest moments so far. Durk goes live again. No announcement, no warning, just suddenly, he's there. This time, the energy is different. He's not confused. He's not quiet. He's focused. He looks straight into the camera and says, a lot of stuff going around. But one thing for sure, I stand on what I stand on. The comments immediately explode. Say it louder. Don't let them control you. What's really going on? He reads a few comments, nods slightly, then adds, timing gotta be right. Not just for y'all, but for me too. That line hits heavy. Because now it's no longer subtle. He's clearly saying something isn't right. Fans are shocked, emotions are running even higher, and the divide is stronger than ever. Some believe he's about to delay everything. Others think he's preparing for a bigger move behind the scenes. But one thing is certain, nobody is calm anymore. At the same time, tension starts affecting the people around him. One member of his team reportedly steps away from the situation temporarily, saying, "This getting too messy." Another is pushing for a quick resolution, worried about how this could impact everything long term. The family was left divided as well, with some urging Durk to protect his peace, while others believe he needs to take a stand publicly before things go too far. And then, just when things couldn't get more intense, a final twist drops. On the same release date that started all of this? It quietly disappears from one of the major platforms that originally listed it. No explanation, no update, just gone. And that move alone, yeah, it changed everything again, because now people are asking, was that a mistake being corrected? Or did someone finally push back hard enough to stop it? Durk hasn't said a word since that second live. No posts, no updates, just silence again, but this time, it doesn't feel uncertain, it feels calculated. And if there's one thing everyone is starting to realize now, it's that this situation isn't ending quietly. Something bigger is coming, and when it hits, and now you're sitting here, just like everybody else, trying to piece it all together. Because let's be real, this situation still doesn't fully add up. A release date appears out of nowhere. Durk reacts in a way that feels off. Tension builds behind the scenes, and then suddenly, things start disappearing. Fans are shocked, emotions ran high, and the family was left divided. But the biggest question still hasn't been answered. Was this all just a misunderstanding? Or did someone really try to make a move without Durk being fully on board? Because if that's true, then what you just witnessed wasn't a rollout. It was a power struggle. And the craziest part? We still don't know what Durk's next move is going to be. Is he going to take full control and delay everything? Is the project about to change completely? Or is there an even bigger surprise waiting that nobody sees coming? Now I need to hear from you. Do you think this was all planned or something went wrong behind the scenes? Guys, drop your thoughts in the comments right now, because this one got people arguing heavy. And if you rock with content like this, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because you already know we stay on top of everything before it hits mainstream. Stay locked in, because this story, it's far from over.